Hi, my name's Ciara from Ciara's Home Yoga. This is yoga for flexibility. We'll start straight away today and we'll start seated on our mat with the legs crossed. As always, you can sit in a cushion or bolster if that's more comfortable for you. Let's go. We'll start today with some shoulder circles, rolling our shoulders up and forwards and breathing deeply. You're welcome to close your eyes here. Change direction, rolling our shoulders up and back, and we're breathing through our nose into our belly. And release. We'll make our way to tabletop now, with our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. We'll engage our core, drawing our navel to our spine to come to flat back. And we'll do some hip circles, moving our hips over to the right, to the top of our mat, to the left and back. And again. Breathing deeply here. Change direction, hips to the left, the front, the right, and back again. One more time. And release back to center. On our next inhale, we'll drop our belly and look up. Exhale, we'll tuck our toes and make our way to down dog. Inhale, knees down, drop our belly, look up. Exhale, back to down dog. One more time. Inhale, knees down, drop our belly, look up. Exhale, back to down dog. And we'll walk our legs out here, bending one leg and then the other leg, and again. In our down dog, we're drawing our chest to our thighs and our tailbone to the ceiling and breathing deeply. We'll come to stillness before stepping forward with our left leg between our hands. We lower our right knee to our mat and untuck our toes and come up into our lunge. In our lunge, we're lowering our hips to our mat while ensuring that our pelvis is tucked and our left hip remains in line with our right hip, shoulders back and down. We'll bring our fingertips to the back of our head, open to the right, back to center, open to the right, back to center. Other side, open to the left, back to center, to the left, back to center. We'll bring our hands to our mat and we'll straighten our front leg, flexing our left foot. Right hand to our mat, you can come up onto your fingertips here, and we'll reach up with our left hand. Left hand to our mat, coming up onto our fingertips, and we'll raise up with our right hand to the ceiling, and breathe deeply here. Hand back to our mat, we'll bend our front leg, and we'll swivel on our feet to bring the outside edge of our feet parallel. So it looks like our toes are pointed inwards slightly, and we'll do a wide leg forward fold. Hold on to the opposite elbow here with each hand, or you can clasp your hands behind your back, like I'm doing. In this pose, we're drawing our navel to our spine, and our shoulders are away from our ears. And we're breathing deeply. We're lengthening in our spine, trying to maintain even weight between our heels and our toes. We'll lower our hands to our mat and we'll move our upper body to hold on to the outside edge of our left foot or our left ankle. And release, other side, moving our upper body over to our right leg, holding on to the outside edge of our foot or our ankle, and breathe deeply here. And release, back to center. We'll swivel on our feet, bend our front leg, and we'll step back to down dog. We'll take a cleansing breath here. We'll inhale deeply through our nose into our belly, and a long, slow exhale through our mouth. Inhale, we'll step forward with our right foot between our hands, lower our left knee to our mat and untuck our toes. We'll raise up to come into our lunge, lowering our hips to our mat, keeping our pelvis tucked and our hips in line with each other. Shoulders back and down and reaching up with our hands. We'll bring our fingertips behind our head and we'll open to the right side of our mat, back to centre. Open to the right, back to centre. Open to the left, back to centre. Open to the left, back to centre. We'll lower our hands to our mat and straighten our front leg. Reaching up with our right hand to the ceiling and breathe deeply. Right hand to our mat, up onto our fingertips, and we'll reach up with our left hand and breathe. And release. We'll lower our left hand to our mat, bend our front leg, and we'll step back to our down dog one more time. Tailbone to the ceiling, chest to our thighs. Inhale, we'll raise up on our toes, squeezing our navel to our spine. Exhale, lower our heels back down, keeping our spine engaged. And again, inhale, up on our toes, navel to spine. Exhale, heels back down, spine engaged. We'll walk our hands towards our feet now and we'll stay in ragdoll for a few deep breaths. You can have a slight or a generous bend in your knees here, whatever works for you. We'll hold on to the opposite elbow with each hand and rock from side to side if that feels good. Drawing our navel to our spine as we do this. And release. We'll lower our hands to our mat, bend our knees, and we'll walk our hands out to come back to tabletop. Walk our knees back an inch or two and we'll lower down onto our belly for some Cobra flows. Bring our hands under our shoulders. Inhale up to Cobra, shoulders down. Exhale, lower down. We'll repeat this 2 more times. Inhale up, squeezing our elbows in tight into our body, shoulders down. Exhale, lower down. And again, last time. On our next inhale, we'll raise our hands behind us and our legs too, coming into Locust Pose, squeezing our shoulder blades back and down, breathing deeply, feeling our belly pushing into our mat on our inhales. And release. We lower our head to one side for a rest. When you're ready, we'll push ourselves back up onto our knees. Knees and feet are hip width distance apart. We've 2 options here. Shoulders back and down and our pelvis tucked. Hands to our lower back. On our inhale, we lean back, ensuring that our pelvis remains over our knees. And exhale, we'll come back up. And continue like that. For a second variation, we'll come into Camel Pose. So we'll tuck our toes and we'll bring our right hand to our right foot and our left hand to our left foot. We're drawing our hips forward in this pose to make sure that our hips remain over our knees, letting our head hang freely, and breathe deeply. To release, we'll bring our hands to our lower back and slowly and mindfully come out of the pose. We'll come to Child's Pose now, bringing our knees and our feet together and allowing our body to flop and relax forward, and breathe deeply. We'll take another cleansing breath here. Inhale through our nose, feeling our belly fill up with air, and we'll elongate our exhale through our mouth. And release. We'll push ourselves back up and we'll come to sitting on our mat with our legs extended. Shoulders back and down. Again, we've 2 options here. We can bring the sole of our right foot to our left inner thigh, or for a second option, we can move our foot to the outside edge of our right hip, moving our calf out of the way so that we've even weight between both sit bones. We'll bring our left hand behind our back, to clasp our right elbow, or left hand to your sacrum if that's not possible. And we lean forward here, keeping our spine nice and long. And we'll breathe deeply, flexing our left foot. On our inhales, we're lengthening through our spine, and our exhales, we're folding forward. And release. We'll come back to our option 1 position with the sole of our right foot to our left inner thigh. And we'll twist to the right hand side, holding on to our right knee with our left hand, looking over our right shoulder, both shoulders back and down, breathing deeply. Continuing to flex our left foot. And release, back to center. Other side. Sole of our left foot to our right inner thigh, or you can bring your right foot to the outside edge of your left hip, moving our calf out of the way so that we've even weight between both sit bones. Shoulders back and down, and we'll bring our right hand to our sacrum or to your left elbow and lean forward. Right foot remains flexed, and on our inhales we're lengthening out of our spine. Exhale, folding forward. Shoulders back and down throughout, keeping our spine as straight as we can as we do this pose. And release. Left foot to our right inner thigh, and we'll twist to the left, bringing our right hand to our left leg. Shoulders remain down away from our ears, and we're looking over our left shoulder, and breathe deeply. And release, back to center. We'll come to sitting cross-legged on our mat now. Again, we've 2 options to choose from here. Option 1, we'll bring our left foot in front of our right leg. Or option 2 is we'll stack our feet and our knees, bringing our left foot to our right knee, and our right foot remains under our left knee. Shoulders back and down, and we lean forward. Hands to our knees or hands to our mat. Coming forward as much as feels good, and breathing deeply. Feeling the air working its way down to our left hip and back out. And our spine is long and straight throughout. Shoulders remain back and down. Any discomfort in your knees or your hips, pull back. And release. Other side. Bring our right foot in front of our left foot if you're sitting cross-legged. Or for the second option, stacking our knees and our feet. Our right foot to our left knee, and our left foot remains directly under our right knee. Shoulders back and down, and we lean forward. Breathing deeply, maintaining a straight spine throughout this pose. Any discomfort, pull back. And release. We'll come back up to Sukasana, or easy pose, sitting cross-legged. We'll bring our fingertips to our shoulders, and we'll draw semicircles with our elbows here, moving as fast or as slow as feels good. Bringing our wrists to touch behind our head, and our elbows to touch in front of our face. And release. For our last pose, on our inhales, we'll squeeze our shoulders up and back, and exhale, release. And again. Inhale, shoulders up and back. Exhale, release. One more time. I hope you enjoyed today's practice and you'll join me again for more yoga videos. Please subscribe to my channel at Ciara's Home Yoga. Wishing you a great rest of your day. Namaste. Just to let you know, I upload a new video every Saturday morning so we can start the weekend connected to our body and our breath.